Welcome to a new episode of the Sisters in Cash podcast. This podcast is sponsored by Creator Traffic. Creator Traffic is a traffic platform for OnlyFans. My guest today, and I'm so happy about it, is Liah Lou. She is from Germany, but we will talk in English today. Hi, Liah.
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm so happy that you are today with me. I
Thank you for
waited
having me.
yeah, I was waiting a long time to have you on my podcast because I know you now since, I think, 4 or 5 years.
Yes, at least, yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Before COVID.
Before COVID. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So one thing more about this podcast, we have to do it really family friendly. Because my podcast is a family friendly podcast. So we have to take care a little bit about some explicit words. Liah, can you tell us a little bit more about you?
Yes. Yeah, I'm Liah Lou. I'm based in Germany and I am a model. About to retire, but we'll talk about that later, I guess. But I've been in the industry for almost 8 years. Like before that, I worked as a stripper, and then I started being a cam model. And from cam model, I went to clips and full-length clips, and did like amateur, in the amateur niche. And yes. Then all the fan platforms came up, like OnlyFans, Fancentro and stuff, and I did that too. And yes, I'm what we nowadays call an agile content creator, I guess. And yes, that's how I got here. And now I'm in a process of kind of retiring from modeling and go more in the business side of the industry.
And this is really interesting. But first, let's talk a little bit about some private stuff. Because my people like to hear more about it. So normally you are in Germany, right?
Exactly.
But today you are in
Los Angeles.
Oh, why? Can you tell a little bit why?
Yes, I'm visiting a friend here. And yes, during the last couple of years, I met some contacts, met people, and my job offers me the opportunity to travel around. So yes, I use it, and like I'm just enjoying life in Los Angeles right now.
You can be so happy. I was in LA in January for the X-Biz. It was my first time in US. It was
Oh,
amazing. Yes, it was amazing. I was there with my team from Fancentro, with Nicolas and Laurel. Hi, Nicolas and Laurel. It was so cool. It was a new world for me. Yeah, and also the X-Biz, yeah,
the
it's a really
X-Biz
big
show.
show. Yeah, it's a really big. Also, we was at the X3.
Yes.
This more for content creators. It was amazing to see all the big US stars on this show. It was crazy because normally I only saw the creators in Germany, in Berlin, or in, for example, Barcelona, Amsterdam, Lisbon, Prague. But the US stars that's another level. It's like it's amazing. Also the fans and the atmosphere in US. It's crazy.
Yes, definitely.
Amazing.
Yeah, maybe we'll see each other. I'll attend X-Biz in the upcoming January here in LA too.
Yes,
So yes, I'll be there.
you should take me with you.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Yeah. Okay. But you wasn't this year at the X-Biz in LA, right?
No, 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 no. I
But you
wasn't
was but you was in Amsterdam. I met you in Amsterdam.
exactly. I was there,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, but you was there as a model or you was there for a company?
No, I was there as a creator and just like making contacts and like listening to some panels and networking. It was pretty good for that. Like I know many creators come there to do corporations and do content together. I didn't do that or any of that. I was more interested in networking on the business side and just like yeah, was there for more like for the perspective on the business side.
Yeah, I'm now since 10 years at the shows. The networking, the panels are amazing. When I was 10 years ago at the shows, it was my English wasn't good. It was a little bit creepy when I sit in, when I was sitting in the panels and I really understand nothing, but I sit there and just listening. And yeah, with the time it comes. Can you tell us a little bit more? What was one of the interesting topic for you at the last show X-Biz in Amsterdam?
I was kind of interested in the AI panel, like
Me
where
too, me too, me too.
where Corey Silverstein talked about all the current situation in the industry with yeah AI technology. Um, I also went to some creator panels, but yeah, to be honest, like I was expecting a bit more in terms of uh, like what they talk about and like how deep they go into some topics. I think it was like more
The problem is it's every year the same, honestly.
yes, it's like why I mean there are like almost no beginners in the audience and like the stuff they talk about is like very basic and this is like oh yeah, it was like kind of disappointed of that. But yes, the AI panel I think was my favorite to be honest.
Me too. Me too, mine too,
Yes.
yeah. So yes, Melrose was also there. Hi Mel.
Mm-hmm.
It was also in my podcast. She's stunning. And I also was listening to a nice discussion about you, Mel, and Corey. So can you tell a little bit more what can happen with the AI, with some platforms, or what's the problems with AI?
The thing is that AI technology is like growing and spreading very, very fast. So I also have friends that work in that like AI tech industry. And of course, our industry is pretty interesting for them because there's a lot of money and opportunities in our industry. So yes, in the panel, like one point we have discussed is what do like how is the current situation, how's the current law about that? So when like studios now what they already do like now approach to models and creators and say like hey we want to do like an AI product, an AI version of you, like you know an AI character, girlfriend, product, whatever, um and we do this with that company, like what are they allowed to do with our content? Have they like a long life term whatever how do you call it, right to use it, you know?
Yeah,
So what
yes,
do
yes,
we
yes,
have to
yes.
take
License,
what
license.
license exactly that was yeah like and we talked about it, but like licensing that content, what do we have to take care of, like what's the current situation with it and stuff like that. So it's pretty important to educate creators about that because I already see that tech companies approach it to models and I don't think they have anything like any bad intentions, but you know, I know the people from the tech side that are not in the industry and they don't really think about like what do we have to offer the models that they feel safe, that they feel safe about their content, that they can, you know, get out, that we have an eye on what happens to the content we or our product, our AI product produces with like the model's branding and the model's name and stuff like that. So the people from the tech side are kind of excited about the tech part, what I understand, but I try to like tell them, hey, like that's something you need to consider when working with models, when working in our industry. You have to consider like the problems that can come up in the future. So, and this was a point we discussed at the panel, because yet there are no laws about like AI generated content.
Yeah, I think that's a huge problem. Also, when you give someone the license, and they created some accounts on some platforms for you. Yeah, you know what I mean? With because you know, normally you have the Face ID and something, and I think with this not how I can this AI version of you, they created a new account for you, and yeah, what can you do? I mean,
yeah, that's a huge problem. That has to be, the thing is that especially in the United States, laws appear after something already happened. And
yes.
I mean, we're in the EU and Germany are kind of, they're like kind of stricter on that, and I'm happy about that. But there's a lot of questions that come up. For example, like the AI generates like content that puts you in an, let's say, illegal context or whatever, you know, like,
yes,
you know,
also I heard about how can I make it family friendly, that some people put some faces of really young people at bodies for some movies. Yes, it's horrible. Yeah,
there's actually there was one model, I don't want to name her, but she was pretty big. She did that with how do you call it, face is it face up or something, where you can like just and she always, like, she had a whole brand, like her whole OnlyFans was built by, like, it was pictures of her body, and she made her face look like a whatever 10-year-old, I don't know.
No.
And the thing is when I first saw her, I was like, okay, this is obviously an adult, because she had tattoos and like had an adult body. But I was like, God, her face looks so young. And at some point, everyone realized, because she used to be a cam model before, and then like old pictures of her were like leaked, and you could see, oh God, she does that with face app, whatever makes her I think that was like kind of a secret, like, because it looked weird, but I can get why it looked attractive to so many people, because she had like a very natural, a very young looking face, and she was criticized for that like a lot.
Yeah,
and
but
I mean
we are working with this apps with to look better, so you know.
Yes, but the thing is, she didn't think about it any, you know, when you think that like further, like, the thing is, of course, you could identify her as an adult because of her body. Like, no 10-year-old has that body and is tattooed, of course. So this did not appear to be illegal in any way. But what it makes, the thing is, what it makes with the clients and users' minds and heads. I mean, you see it, and her face definitely looks like a child. And, you know, this is something that in my I mean, on other platforms, it's not even allowed to upload a video, and you hear like kids playing in the background on the street or something, because they say we don't want kids to be related in any context, because the subconscious mind, you know, should not learn or hear or say or whatever anything related to kids in, like, you know, in our videos. And I get that a platform is so strict with that and says like, hey, sorry, but we hear kids playing in the background, take it off, like you can't upload it. So and take it down. And the thing is, when you see that girl and she has like that face of a 5-year-old or a 10-year-old, I'm like, what does that to the user's mind or to people's minds, you know?
Yes, correct.
So,
Yeah.
and this is something, I mean, everyone has to decide. It's the same thing with like certain role plays or whatever. Everyone has to make its own decision. If you want to go into that and if you want to like kind of support that or not. I don't judge people, like as long as they do stuff that is illegal, like do whatever you want. But I decided for myself, and I always have, like, there's certain things in this world, even though it makes a lot of money or stuff, I don't want to support that fantasy, and I don't want to give the people or my users and clients a feeling of that it is okay to have these kind of fantasies. I don't want that.
Yes, correct. And there are a lot of ways who can make a model don't feeling well about her work anymore. There
Exactly.
are a lot of forbidden things what's not legal to create with the AI. And yeah, it is a really big problem because I think there are, like Corey said, there are not a lot of laws now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
not. And I think that's a huge problem. Because that's what I mean. A lot of things, like a lot of things have to happen before people say, okay, that's wrong. We have to make a rule on that or a law.
Also,
you
you can't find out what is real and
and whatnot. Yeah.
what's the
And that's
AI version of it. It's so creepy. I saw also at the X-Biz Amsterdam, I saw a lot of things in the speed networking. What is right now created, what the people created right now. It's if it's chatting, it's about a AI model. It's about a version of you, AI version of you. It's so creepy. Also, if you
yeah.
go now on TikTok, you see
Yeah.
a lot of fake clips from famous people. It's
Yeah.
horrible. You never know what is real and what is not real.
Exactly. And that's what I mean with when like when we talked before, when it comes to like illegal stuff. Like I don't want any AI, even if I can prove that it was like that it wasn't AI that made it. But I don't want like content anywhere to be online that, for example, puts me in a sexual context with, yes, animals or whatever. Like nothing illegal happened because it's AI created, but I don't want that. I don't want people to use my brand, my look, who I am, my name, whatever, to create content that and now we're even talking about illegal content. There's a bunch of stuff that is not considered illegal, but I still say, well, this is not what I don't want an AI generate pictures of me doing things that
You won't do.
I won't do and I'm not comfortable with. And that's what I mean, because you lose a complete control. I mean, you can train AI, and I'm sure, like, I'm not too deep into that technical stuff, but I'm sure you can say like, hey, I'm a model, I don't do this, I don't do that, like, and can do the same thing that you do like when you're a cam model, to say like, hey, I have my boundaries, I don't do that. And I'm sure you can train AI, for example, to say like, hey, okay, you know, the people that develop the product can for sure say, hey, animals, no, this is not gonna happen, or whatever. But you know, you still have no control. I still,
You
because
have
now
no control, and
I
it's
have no
fucking
control.
cool.
I
And it's
now I
really
have
scary.
especially we as independent content creator, like we have 100% control what kind of picture we upload, what kind of videos we upload. Like we have complete control, 100%. But when I give my name and my brand and my look to a studio and they say like, hey, we you know, we use this to make AI content, I don't have to approve the pictures that somebody sees of me. I don't have to approve videos, or voice notes is already a thing. What my character, yes, says, talks to people, whatever. And even if even if there was a rule, and this is not going to happen, but that identifies AI content, I still don't want it. You know, even if every single picture that was AI generated with my brand says, hey, this is AI generated, there's still, I don't want to, you know.
But also AI is for lazy models. So if you don't like to create content, or you don't like to go in front of the webcam, hey, your AI version can do it for you. So
yeah, that's true.
And that's so funny. So yeah, so go in front of the webcam, or create some customs, or do all the content. You don't have to shoot anymore. So here we go. But if you have a new tattoo, so also I think Corey mentioned this, if you have a new tattoo, then you can see from when is the AI version of you. So this can be a point where you have a chance that a studio can't use your content anymore. Also, if you give a permission just for some pictures or some clips or whatever, and then you have a new tattoo, and after this they can't use the content anymore. You know what I mean? So yeah,
definitely. But on the other side, then they say, you know, I mean, look up some people that have been in the industry for years. People still watch their old content knowing it's old content, you know. They don't care, like, so that's what I mean.
yeah,
Like,
I know.
okay, then I know, then they see, okay, this might be now like no new content, but it's still content, it's still my face, it's still my body, it's still my brand, it's still my name. So, and I think this is a very hot topic, like, and will be for the
Very
next
hot,
couple of
very
years.
hot.
Yes. And also because I'm not a friend of, like, I'm fine with products that are already out there where people can buy your AI girlfriend, your AI version, and they know they're talking to an AI. They know the pictures are AI generated. I'm friends with that, all good. But what I don't like, and this is another thing which comes up, I don't like the idea of AI chatting for me on my OnlyFans and people don't know. I don't like that. Of course, it's super nice. I don't have to chat with them anymore. But if I don't
I
want to
like
chat
it.
with them, yeah, yeah. But you know, honestly, there's other ways to make money. So then I'm like, okay, I'm not so much of a chatter. I don't like it. So then I don't, I don't do it. I know girls that say, I don't like the one-on-one chatting, so I make my money through other stuff like PPVs or mass DMs or whatever. But I mean, even if someone helps you on your account or agencies or whatever, it's still different to know the user talks to a real person instead of an AI.
Yeah, I know,
Like,
I know,
I
but
don't like that. I just don't like that, because the thing is, when we start doing that now, and we start using AI as chat bots or chat technology on our OnlyFans accounts, it will come out sooner or later, you know, and users will know, okay, there is accounts that 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 have like an AI talking with me and I don't know. And then they start losing trust in us, in our industry, and in the product. So, you know, if you want to have an AI product, I'm fine, sell it. There will, I mean, I see it with my friends. People will buy it. People will buy your AI version
I know.
knowing they
I
will. They're
know.
crazy about it. But
It's a new
don't use
business.
it.
It's a new business, and there's a lot of money inside this business.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And why,
So
you know,
Leah, I think we should create something together. Can we talk with your
yeah,
friends?
yeah, your AI version. Like,
Yeah.
it's so funny because I know a product, they have like their AI, they have like comic characters like mangas and stuff like that, but it's like a game. She gets pissed, you know, at some point she's angry at you when you don't like text her or compliment her in a certain way. Then you can buy her flowers to make her happy, and you know, she's like your real wife at home. She's pissed at you. You have to take her out for dinner. You have to please her. You have to make her happy. You have to
Oh
tell her
my God,
compliments. And she
maybe I
had,
will find a boyfriend. He will do it also for me, and not
yeah.
like the other one.
But that's what I mean. Like she is like a real person, like that character, and she yeah, she has different mood, like different mood levels, and you know, it's like a Tamagotchi earlier we had like when we were kids,
Really?
and it says like, yes, it says like right now she's moody, right now she's angry, right now your relationship, she's mad at you, and then you have to find out, why are you mad at me? And she'll be like, yeah, you didn't text me the whole day, whatever, and you're like, oh, I'm sorry, I got some flowers for you. Like it's ridiculous, like it's crazy. Yes,
Really? I
yes,
love this. I love this.
yes.
I love it. Yeah, can you tell us a little bit more about your creator's life? Um, what are your favorite platforms as a model?
Oh
Where
my
you are,
god.
where you are active?
I used to be active on two like German market related platforms. My Dirty Hobby is one of them. This is more like a full-length clip website and like webcam. But like I haven't been camming for years now anymore. So I only uploaded my full-length clips there, and this is like, yeah, basically was one of my main platforms. Um, and I tried a couple of fan sites, creator, like premium content creator platforms, OnlyFans and Fancentro, and another German one. And yes, I stick with Fancentro and OnlyFans now.
Okay, so yeah, Fancentro is my favorite platform. What can
Yes.
I tell you? Of
Yes.
course, the the most model friendly platform ever, with a lot of really cool new features. But I have something for you. I told you creator traffic is featuring the Sisters in Cash podcast. So creator traffic will be really happy to give you $200 for your creator traffic account to buy some traffic for OnlyFans. And yeah, I hope you will have a lot of fun with it. After the podcast, I will give you more details about it, but then you can play a little bit around with some traffic. Yeah, so, but in this case, it brings me to a really good point, because we are really close to each other, and also you had some problems in the past with OnlyFans, correct? Can you tell a little bit more about it?
Oh God, it's exhausting. It's, yeah, makes me tired. So sorry. First of all, at some point they started to have a very weird content moderation. Like stuff was taken down and I didn't really know why until I found out that, okay, outdoor is not allowed anymore, except you have
but there I have to tell you something. So on Fancentro outdoor is allowed, right?
I know, like everything is
Perfect.
allowed on Fancentro. Yes. I don't do a lot of fetish stuff, so I was safe on that side. But my best friend, she only does fetish, and OnlyFans is she only uses it for promotion, for her other website and stuff, because she can't upload anything anymore. Then I had some solo stuff taken down. Like it was very annoying. Sometimes I uploaded it a second time and then it went through. I don't know what that was. But the worst thing about it is that you don't really have a good model support system that like where you can like text them and say, hey, some stuff was taken down, can you please tell me why? And the only answer you get like 2 days later will always be, yeah, like you violated our terms of service. And I was like, yeah, but what exactly, what's the issue? And no one will be there to tell you. But then the worst thing that happened to me, and I still have that stupid ban on my account, is that I have to verify every 30 days on every device I use and I log into, with my face, like a 3D scan, which means no one else on this planet can log into my OnlyFans account when I haven't verified that exact device with my face every 30 days. So I don't work with any agency or stuff like that, so I don't really care. But it's still super annoying when I tell my friend, like, hey, like my boyfriend, for example, my ex-boyfriend, he helped me with uploading stuff. And when he wasn't around, he lived in another city, he couldn't log in, like, and that is super annoying. And I asked, like, I don't lie, like at least 6 or 7 times I sent tickets and notes on emails and whatever, like, why did that happen, and can you
And
please take a ban off?
yes, and surprise, surprise. What's
Yeah.
going on with the support?
Yeah, nothing. They're like, yeah, it's for security reasons and we can't take it off. Sorry. And I was like, yeah, but what security season? Like reasons? Like, sorry, I know that models that work with agencies and there are people that log in from like 3 countries, or So what did I do wrong? I don't have an agency running it. I don't have many people that are logged into. Like, what happened? What did I do? Yeah, sorry, this is for safety reasons, we can't take that off, I'm sorry. And I was like, what can I do? And they're like, yeah, you can delete your account. And I was like, oh, glad I can delete my account, lose all my like users and database and whatever. And I was like, when I do a new account, will I have that ban? And they were like, we can't tell you, sorry.
What?
Yeah.
And what was
I've
the end
deleted
of the story?
yeah, nothing. I still have that stupid ban on my account. At some point I was so angry, I was like so mad at them, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna delete my free account now. And I did that. I had like kind of decent following in that, but I deleted it because I was so mad. I
Deleted
was like,
the
fuck,
account?
yeah, in a situation where I was like, fuck this shit, I don't need you, like, I'm gonna go to another platform now. Yeah,
Okay.
because it was useless. It was useless for me, you know.
It's
It's
horrible,
annoying.
but
And then
I heard a lot of stuff. We all heard a lot of stuff from OnlyFans. So girls, if you have problems with OnlyFans, I will be really happy to help you. Reach out to me. I'm working for Fancentro in the sales team. So if you need some help, our success coaching for models is for free. And yeah, our support team will be there for you 24/7. And yeah, so I think Liah also can tell you just quick a little bit about Fancentro and what she think about the support or our our Telegram channels or whatever. Maybe it's good to know from hear from the creator's side.
Fancentro is a great place. I love it. It has so many features. It has I can understand that at first it's kind of like overwhelming when you only know OnlyFans, especially because Fancentro has so many more options what you can do and how you can do it. But you have great people that coach you and help you with that. But the best thing about Fancentro is that you have a chat, like you can text someone 24/7, be like, hey, I have an issue here, and your ticket will be like replied to in like, I don't know, 5 minutes or stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yes, you have a 24/7 support, and yes, it's just the opportunities you have on that platform, the many features you have, and basically
Everything
the support.
on our
Yeah.
platform. Yeah, we are always there to help creators, also little creators, and it's not only about the platform. We help them to grow on social media, to feature them, whatever. So yeah, so what can I tell you? I'm working for the company, but the company is like my family. And I'm really happy that the company also gave me the opportunity to do some cool things around my business. So, for example, this podcast, to meet a lot of really cool models at the shows, to do a lot of really cool networking at the shows. And yeah, also Liah and me, we were starting a really cool TikTok project for Fancentro. It was really cool. Yeah, so yeah, girls. So if you like to have a backup page, or if you like to be safe with your accounts, because we are also working with ABS, so also for German girls this can be really interesting. Just reach out to me. Yeah, Liah, so the next point, because you are an expert in a lot of things. So I will talk with you about the mysterious Reddit. So, yes, surprise, because Liah was really big on Reddit. Can you tell us how big you was, please?
Oh God, I don't really remember anymore because it was years ago that a stupid agency that wanted to like took over my account, made Reddit to delete it and to ban it. But I like it wasn't that big on Reddit, but I went viral on Reddit a couple times. And the videos I went viral with, they appeared on Twitter. They appeared
family
on
friendly when you tell us what you have done in the clubs,
yes.
please.
Yes. They went viral on Telegram, in huge Telegram networks and Twitter networks, and I had it watermarked. So what I did was I did non-safe for work content, short videos,
TikToks,
like TikToks, exactly. And at that time, it was a huge thing on Reddit. And it's not anymore because some of the big subreddits that hosted them were either banned or like changed their rules that sellers are not allowed anymore, or watermarks are not allowed anymore. But yes, at that time, I was very successful with that and built a Reddit account, built a decent following. And yes, but then I trusted an agency with my social media, like with my Reddit, and I don't know, I think it was Reddit only. And yes, so don't do that.
Okay, that brings me to so you lost your Reddit, right?
Yes, I lost my complete account. Yeah, my whole account was banned.
Okay, so for you, Reddit is a big traffic machine, right? Or it was?
Yeah. Yes.
How many years have you worked on Reddit?
2 years.
And
2
it
years.
was easy for you to understand because a lot of models or creators are struggling with it.
It was easy for me to understand. I can get that Reddit is kind of annoying when you're using it, because every subreddit has its own rules. Some need verification, some don't, and you really have to, yes, you have to be patient. And Reddit, like, it became harder for creators in the last couple of years, because creators were spamming their subreddits, and many subreddits at some point said, like, okay, we don't want any sellers anymore because this is annoying. Like, many subreddits were dedicated to like amateur stuff, girl next door, girls who just like, try to just like are into kinky stuff or whatever. So, and it was kind of like a protected community for people just sharing stuff. And then all the OnlyFans creators came and took over all the subreddits, and it became like a huge advertising spam subreddit. And many subreddits like put a stop on that and said, no, we don't want sellers anymore. So it became kind of harder for us. But yes, it still worked for me. I mean, it was my best time on OnlyFans when I was very active on Reddit.
I think Reddit is one of the biggest traffic machines next to TikTok.
Yes.
And
yes,
yeah,
I
of
know
course,
creators
also Twitter, yes, of course, and also IG. But I think TikTok and Reddit, if you are into it, that's a game changer. Yeah.
Yes, especially when you have a niche, because on Reddit there is a subreddit for everything. And and the subreddits have their audiences. So when you're like, I mean, when you have any type of niche that you're like into, you can find your audience there. So, you can say, okay, I'm a ginger, or I'm tattooed, or like even way more specific. Like,
I know.
I don't know.
I was looking into it.
Yes.
I was looking into it. It was creepy. What's going on Reddit? Oh my God. And also a lot of people use Reddit right now as the new Google
yes, exactly.
to search
it has
stuff.
Yes, it is kind of like Google, because it has, that's what I mean. People are browsing on it and like subscribing to their subreddit, and it's like Google. People are also like looking up stuff on Reddit, finding threads related to what they want to know on Reddit, find mutuals on Reddit that like talk about the same stuff, or going through the same stuff and whatever. So you can also network a lot on Reddit. You can not only post in your subreddits and build a following, you can also participate in threads and comment stuff and whatever. And like, there's so many ways to get attention and to find people.
Yes. Yeah. So let us talk a little bit more about some agency stuff, because when I can remember, when you was more active as a creator, you was searching a long time for a good agency, right? And I know a lot of girls had the same problem. So, and you with a big Instagram also know what's going on in your DMs, that you get a lot of messages from big models or from agencies to work with some agencies. What are you thinking about agencies for fan platforms?
To be honest,
I don't like to bring you in a in
Yeah, no,
in a situation you don't like to be. I just mean the little agencies
yeah, yes, I know. I
who
want to talk
reach it
about them.
out. Yes, I
Yeah.
have to reach out on Instagram to models. They think they can make millions with
Yeah,
this.
I wanted to say 9 out of 10 are shit, but that's not even true. Like it's not even 1 out of 10 that's decent. It's literally, I would say I get a message of a wannabe OnlyFans management agency every second day on Instagram.
Yes.
And this is the most annoying thing because I always look up, because I'm always interested in, like, I always look up their websites, and usually I don't have any proper contact info. I don't know where they're from. Then there are like spelling mistakes on their websites. They have no references. Like, I don't know who they are, what they do, where they're from. Do they have any experiences? Then the messages they send me are usually like copy and paste. Some of them are even bots. Yes, because I get the same message from different accounts, and like it's super annoying. Then they make promises like, yeah, with us you'll be, I don't know, you'll earn, I don't know, 20,000 within 3 months or stuff like that. And then and then I get message like, hey, you look pretty, you could use OnlyFans. And that is like, you didn't even click on my link in my bio, you idiots, and know, you know, what I do and what I've been doing for years. Like, oh, you know what I mean? So it's very annoying. And I've tried to work with 4 agencies. Some like 2 were like very new. And I was like, yeah, okay, maybe, I don't want to judge anyone for not being in an industry for like 8 years. 2 were really new, 2 were kind of more experienced. They said so. But that was all a mess. Like it was, yeah, no, like no. And whenever I
A
heard
lot
like
of girls also also yeah, so destroyed their fan base with agencies.
absolutely, like in my case, I have fans that have been sticking with me for years now. So they immediately notice when the tone of my captions changes, when the tone of me talking to them changes, when I use other emojis that are not common for me or whatever. So that's even a different thing. But even as a new model with like no fan base, um, I saw these agencies handling my account, trying to chat, like introducing me to their business model, like they call it like that or whatever. And none of it was was decent to me. Like it was all just a mess. You could tell that they want to make
Oh, I was
quick
working also.
money.
Yeah.
Yes, quick money off our fame base
I
through
never, I
chatting.
never, I never work it with the agency, but I see it on a lot of models of me. What is going wrong, or yeah.
They don't understand how to build a
No,
long-term fan
yes,
base.
correct. And also, I think when you wasn't a model, you don't know how it works. Correct me if
No.
I'm wrong, but the problem is there are a lot of agencies. They are started and just chatting and oh my god, they do a lot of stuff to destroy your relationship with your fans.
Yeah.
Because they think, oh, we are just doing an agency. All people like to do an agency now because there's a lot of money. But then they have some chatters, and I think that's the biggest problems in any agency, to have good chatters.
Yeah, definitely. They're only making
Yes,
sales,
yes.
and I can get that because when I would be a chatter and I got like, I don't know, 10%, 20% or whatever, and this is like how I be paid. And I know some agencies that pay their chatters a sharing of what they sell, and I know agencies that pay their chatters per hour. So, and both is a problem, because when you pay your chatter like a sharing, they will only sell. Like, they won't talk to your users
Yes,
that are your long-term users and maybe spend money on other platforms too, or even a user that's been subscribing to my page for 2 or 3 years is someone I make money off,
I
and
know.
so and some users be monetized at a later point or stuff, because you haven't like had the right content for that person yet or whatever. So but they won't talk to these people, because they will have like, I don't know, they will invest like 10 minutes in a user, and when that user hasn't like unlocked the message or paid or anything, they will just like put a time waste behind their username, which means like, don't talk to that person because it won't unlock anything. And the other thing is that when you pay a price per hour, that person will be like, okay, I'll do I respond to the messages, but whatever. Like, I don't care about sales. I don't care about, if that person will be there next month or in a year anymore. So they don't care about your brand. They don't care about building your brand. And the thing is, the agency might care about your brand, but they would have to have very good chatters and really control the quality of the chatters, and have to find chatters that are passionate and willing to build that brand. But most chatters like don't care. It's just a job, you know?
I know. But it's so I was in conversations with a lot of agencies, and these agencies are more like they are try to get girls, 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 and
Yeah,
it's massive.
yeah.
And the models also are reaching out to me, and they asking me about some agencies, and they say, hey Jessie, do you have some tips? Can I work with the agency? Also, on the sales manager perspective, and working with the team, I see what comes up for problems with agencies. If
Mm-hmm.
agencies are working with platforms, because the
Mm-hmm.
model isn't happy, the agency isn't happy because the model isn't don't create enough content,
Mm-hmm.
like this. So then you have to reach out to the agency. You have to talk also to the model. That's, yeah, it's, I can
Yeah,
understand
there.
it. I can understand where it's a really big agency. They have a contract with the model. The model have to create content, but on some personal things, maybe if the model have a child, okay, and the child's sick, she in some point she can't create some content, and then she have trouble with the agency, and the way agency is reaching out to me and say, hey, the model isn't working, and I reaching out to the model. It's a little bit, and the model
Mm-hmm.
is reaching out to me and say, oh, the agency put pressure on, not pressure, but like she don't feel
Yeah.
comfortable about it, and
I,
but she liked to work with the agency because she know there's a lot of money behind it. So she, yes, of course, she feel a little bit pressure. So it's there are
I
a
think
lot
it's
of
on
massive problems. Yes, it's on
both
both
sides.
sides,
I
and
know
that
that many
brings me,
models, yeah,
yeah, yeah. Go on, please.
many models have that attitude. I know that's a problem for agencies too, to find models that take their work seriously, that that stick with their deadlines, that deliver the content, because I know many models are like, I'm pretty, I do content now and then, and they don't understand that it's hard work, that you have to build it, that that you have to work to make it better every month. I know many models are lazy, have an attitude, they only want to make like the quick money, but
Yeah.
that's Yeah, but that's also a problem. Agencies promise them. They'll be like, hey, we're an agency. You can make 10,000 a month or 20,000 a month, even though you're like nobody, you know? And the girls will be like, yeah, oh, great. And then they're new, yes. And the agency has like, let's say they have 10 models and they have a new model. So what they will do is they will send their traffic to that new model. And because they have a database of traffic, they
They
have social
do?
media accounts. Yeah, I mean
Th-
they have social media, like they have the other girls' social media content, and the other girls are like, hey, my new friend, hey, this is her OnlyFans and whatever. Like they have a fan base or anything on social media or whatever, and promote each other or do share for shares, which makes sense, you know, to like
but
keep the
this
traffic as
these
an
are the
agency.
but these are the real professional agencies. A lot of agencies don't have this traffic.
Yeah, I see many agencies that do share for shares with their models. So, and this is how you keep your traffic. But the problem is still there is a new model, of course, and you do share for shares and all the other models' accounts you have, and the traffic will come. But we all know most of the traffic or most of the users will stick with you for a couple of months when you're good, like for 2 3 months, and then they will leave. But where does the new traffic come from? So the model will make like the first 3 months, she might make a lot of money because she will be exposed to an audience that has never seen her. But then the agency has to bring new traffic and she has to build a following in social media, which is way harder than just like to be shared on other like already established models OnlyFans pages. So, and this is something, and then the numbers go down, and this is what this is to me what bad agencies do. They just send their traffic from old models to new models, make money of them, you know, but they don't build a brand. They don't build a fan base. So the agencies profits from that because they have one user and send the user from this OnlyFans page to their new models page to their new models page, and the user sticks with every model for like 3 months, and the agency makes a lot of money on that user, but the models, like after 3 4 6 months, like where are they? Like where's their fan base? Where's their following? Where's they like did she build social media? Did she build anything for herself? And that's something that I've seen with a lot of agencies that they only send their traffic back and forth to monetize one user a couple times, but they don't build the models. And that is why they look for more models, more models, more models, because they won't make that much money of one users if they only have like two models, you know? That's what I need 20.
Yeah, of course.
So, and they don't
So
care
if
about the models. They only care about the user's money. Yes, to monetize the user as many times as they can, but they don't care about where's that model in 1 year.
yes, I know. So, and this brings me to the thing I would go on. So, what kind of tips would you give some models if they are searching for an agency?
Oh God, this is hard. I mean, there are,
I know.
yes, there are good agencies out there.
Just some little advice what you would give
Yes,
them if they have to look how long the agency is working or something like this.
yes. So that's one thing I really want to say. There are agencies out there that work pretty well and are pretty aware of the models and their brand. So I would always like really like this is the first thing I always do. Check the website. Is this professional? Like someone who 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 wants to build a model's brand and like build it up should be able to build a website without spelling mistakes and decent information on everything. That's the first thing, you know. That's like your business card. And I see so many websites that have like spelling mistakes or bugs or like no contact information. That's the first thing. Second thing, um, ask the right questions. Like one question I always ask is like, how do you bring traffic to my page? And when they say, well, you bring the traffic through your social media, I know that the only thing they want to do is just make money of my users, of my brand I've
Yes,
already built.
yes.
So
Because
when they
if you
don't
give
tell
your account to an agency, they already have your fan base, right?
exactly, when they say like, yeah, we do the chatting and posting, but you have to bring the users, this is actually not what I want my agency to do. I want my agency to be creative and tell me like, we have strategies and we will find the right strategies for you to bring traffic, and we will try out other social media platforms or whatever. But the hard work about our job, the hard work is to bring traffic. So, and this is the first thing, like, how do you bring traffic? And yeah, how do you bring your traffic, or how do you drive traffic to my page? And then I want to know if they're asked me that, like, with many agencies, I went to until that point where they sent me like a sheet where I have to put my information in, and the right thing to do is to ask a model, how do you call your users? Because I'm not happy with someone call my users baby. This is not what I would use. Like, how do you call your users? What are you into? What emojis do you use? Yeah, how can we represent you in a way that you're comfortable with? And this is where, like, the most agencies I have talked to, and I talk to many, sometimes only just to figure out how they work and to see if they have what I want, or how they do it. And that's what the most agencies don't do. They don't care about who you are, what information you have to share. And that's a problem, because then your captions won't match you. Your captions won't match on how you appear to be on your social media. Your chatting won't be authentic, and like you won't be a brand. Your brand will be the same thing they have with their other 10 models. And usually you have one girl that is more like sweet, kind of like your online girlfriend, and then you have another girl that is like maybe way more dominant and has other boundaries or whatever. And this mirrors in your chatting and in your captions and how you handle your account. And when you see that the agency doesn't understand that, and doesn't understand like, hey, we have different girls, different models, and every model represents another character, and we have to bring that to the page, and the user has a different experience with that girl than he has with the other girl, then they're doing something wrong. Because then they're only trained to, like the chatters, will only be trained to sell and do more sales, and won't build your brand and won't represent your personality.
Correct.
And this
And
is what
that's
the user, a user nowadays, don't have to pay for content. If he only want to see like very unpersonal, whatever content, he doesn't have to pay. Users subscribe to your page because you got something what he's looking for. It has to be something about your aura, about your look, about your appearance on social media, or something like that. But only to be like spammed with unpersonal content, and he does not have like any personal connection to that content, like you'll be boring, and you won't have a brand.
Yeah, correct. But do you think, are there also some agencies they are focused also on how to create a brand for the girl?
Right, that's what I say. There are agencies outside, and as I mentioned before, I'm now rather working on the business side, and I'm working
But
with
that's
an
not so
agency.
often. That's the problem.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. So I decided to work with an agency only because they want to do that, and they have the knowledge and the resources and the experience, and they have understood that. They say like, hey, we want to build models. We want to build a brand. We have different models, different brandings, different girls, different personalities, like, and we work with them together. Like, who do you want to be? What do you want your brand look like? Like, and they're really, really aware of that. And that's why I think I think why they wanted to work with me and I wanted to work with them, because this is something they wanted to get more into it, and this is something I have really understood and I'm really passionate about it, because models need agencies now and then. It can be very, very helpful.
Especially,
But
yes, go on, please. Sorry.
yes, but they have to build your brand with you, and they have to build a brand. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's like an agency that only does your chatting, and like takes the money of your users for a couple months. That's only a service. Like, and I don't have to give a sharing of like 30 to 40% of that. I can just, like, ask someone on the street and say, like, hey, I'll pay you like $20 an hour. Can you do that for me? There's no strategy behind it. There's no service, and they don't have any knowledge that the models don't have. And that's what I mean. Like, when I pay an agency and give them my brand and whatever, I want them, when I pay them, I want to pay for knowledge and strategies and resources that I don't have as an independent model.
The funny thing is, I reached out to a big agency because of a model of me, because she was growing in I think 1 or 2 months on Instagram a lot, and also on TikTok, and also her revenue was growing a lot. And this agency was specialized in TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
So you not on chatting or something, so just on TikTok to you will got all the tips and trends for TikTok, what you have to do. So you just have to create content and nothing more. It was really interesting because this was one of the agencies. They was looking like real social media experts. They also got her Instagram back, and like you said, this can be really helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So just about the topic, how it can be really helpful for models and agents.
Yeah, definitely. But unfortunately, too many are just like, seeing, okay, there's a lot of money and OnlyFans, and we only have to chat with the user and like sell content overpriced and like whatever. But they're destroying our business. They're destroying the reputation of the platforms. They're destroying the reputation of us as creators, and the industry used to be a very different place when there weren't that many, where it was only like actual cam models, amateur actresses. Sorry, the dog is tripping.
Oh, it's your dog? Oh, now we will go in the private area. So it's your dog?
Yeah, it's my friend's dog.
Oh, your friends.
So,
Okay.
so yes, the industry was a different place. Like, I don't want any, like, I'm glad like that there's like so many creators nowadays, but it's too many people in the business that don't really, passionate about the industry, don't really care about the industry. There's too many people in our industry right now that just want to make some quick money, and that's
But
kind of sad.
but in any area, so
Of course. But I think with OnlyFans, so many of these wannabe agencies came up. And I've seen that there's even coachings. You can buy a coaching, like how to set up an OnlyFans agency. And that's complete bullshit, in my opinion, though. So,
look, the problem is there. So we give these people who like to make quick and easy money with creators a platform. Because there are a lot of new creators, they didn't know anything in the industry. So, of course, you know how it works. They give them a lot of promises. They, you know how it works.
Yeah.
And it's also, there are a lot of how we call it, a lot of not companies, a lot of people who like to help the models, to protect the models. And I also really happy that we have something like this right now in the industry, but that's another topic, like pineapple support, right? For example, yeah. Because 10 years ago, I think we don't have something like this, right?
True.
Yeah. So yeah, Liah, okay, just the last question, because we are now really long on the podcast. Can you tell us a little bit more about the private Liah?
What do you want to know?
Anything?
Okay, so yeah, I already talked about my my life as a creator. Besides that, I've always had a civilian life. Like I did an apprenticeship as an occupational therapist when I was a stripper, and then I got some higher school degree that you can make in Germany while I was a chem girl. And then I started studying chemistry, wanted to do my bachelor's in that, but yeah, I'm not so much of a chemistry girl. So then I started to study biomedicine, which
yeah.
yes.
Okay,
So,
that's so
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I first wanted to do medicine, but then I realized, okay, I don't want to be a doctor, and I wanted to go more into like the biochemistry, biochemical field of medicine and medical research and stuff. And so I started to started a bachelor program in biomedicine, and then COVID hit us. And to be honest, I didn't do anything during COVID because these online classes and stuff, I was just like so not made for it, and I focused on work. And now I'm still in my, I would say last 1.5 years, last year, to to my final exams. And I don't know if I work in that field. I don't know, but I definitely wanted to do it because I'm like very, very passionate about it. So
And
yes, that's
yeah. Can you tell us more about your hobbies when you are telling now about your passion?
I don't really have any hobbies.
Come on.
So,
are you doing some yoga or meditation
that's
or
true.
gym?
That's true. Okay. Yeah, I just like I have work, I have beauty, and I have a dog. I have a chocolate lab called Milo. He's 8 years old, and I like to cook. I cook a lot at home, and yes, I do. I'm into yoga. I'm into meditation. I go to the gym, and this is very important to balance my life because my job's like very like job in uni is very busy and affords of like concentration and mental work and like whatever. But I really need yoga and Pilates. I do Pilates too, and to work out to balance that out and like to physically work too.
And okay, that will bring me to the next topic. You need some balance when you are a content creator. But okay, so I know you have a lot to do. So you was a long time in the adult industry as a content creator, but you also changed it. You mentioned it before to the other side right now, right? What will be the plans for your future?
I don't know, like I'm pretty new on the business side right now, but I really enjoy it because as a creator, I've really like taught myself so many things. Like I feel like I'm an expert. Like I did so much. I can do websites. I can cut and edit. I can do a bunch of graphic stuff. You know, not to talk about like all the marketing stuff. And I always like dive deeper into some topics. And I'm really, really happy to be in a position now where I can use this knowledge to help others with that, and to make the industry a better place for at least some models, and work with them and inspire them, and yes, just share my experience and my knowledge. And for now, like the industry is still a place I feel very comfortable and happy. I like the people, I like the events, I like everything about it. And for now, I don't have any plans to leave the industry. So my focus the next couple of years will be to establish a establish my, how do I call it, my position on the business side. So I hope it works. I will see. If not, my way, my path will
Definitely
be
it will
another
work
one. I don't
out.
know.
Oh no, definitely it will work out, because I was listen to you when you was when you was when you get your inspiring vibes inside the panel. Can I tell it like this? It was amazing, because you was bringing some cool inspiration vibes in it. So but you also like to do something on the biochemic side in the future, or just a part in the adult industry?
To be honest, I don't know. For now, I just really enjoy learning that stuff, and like, to be honest, it might be weird, but I like doing exams and stuff like that, and tests and whatever. Like I like the life at campus. I like to have another environment and kind of world I live in to also balance some things. I like science, I'm so much into science. And for now, I'm fine with like doing it on the side and learning it. And I don't really have a job or a position in my mind where I feel like, oh, this is what I want to do. But that can change. Maybe in 10, 15 years, I'll be like, hey, I feel like an urgent need to go into the medical research industry. But for now, I don't have it. I don't really feel it, and I don't really see it.
You are really intelligent. So just to bring it to the end now, and I think you will have all the doors open, what you like to do, because if you do something, you do it with passion and your heart, and I know it. And Liah, like, do you like to say something else?
No, I've already said a lot. Like, yeah, I can only
We have a
encourage
really good podcast. I think we have to do a second episode of it.
So now I just, like, because we talked about agencies, I can only encourage models to really keep looking and to be aware. Like, even if they bring money in the first couple months, I seen agencies, they did like really not a good job, but still brought money, because it's kind of easy to get money on OnlyFans with like a 24/7 chatter and stuff like that. But I really encourage them to think long term, think about your brand, think about long term partnerships and corporations with agencies and stuff like that, because unfortunately I've met many models, and some of them are very successful, that work with an agency, and the agency helped them at the first couple months, but at some point you know, everything turned out to be like not as good as they thought in the first place. And I know many girls that like really regret their partnerships with or their corporations with agencies. And this is kind of sad, because as I said, there are agencies out there that really care about the models, that do a great job, and they have knowledge and resources that we as models don't have, or it's really hard to get. So, and I kind of hate that these agencies have like a bad reputation, or have a hard time to approach to models that have a lot of potential and could really like profit from or benefit from the agency's work. But agencies tend to have a bad reputation nowadays because so many of them are shit. But that's what I said. Don't give up. Network. Ask as many creators as you know about their experiences, and don't fall for shitty agencies.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Liah. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
It was amazing with you, and definitely we should do a second episode of it.
Of course, I'm down.
Oh, perfect. Thank you so much. It was amazing, and I think the next time, we will find really cool topics. Maybe we can go deeper in your private life and make it.
We can go into your private life though.